The Little Red Boot by Ruth Dixon, illustrated by Dorothy Gritter. Once there was a boy with black hair and freckles and a smile. His name was Jimmy. He had a shaggy dog named Blinky. There was one thing Jimmy was wishing and wishing and wishing for, and that was a pair of red rubber boots. "I could splash around in puddles and not get my feet wet," he told Blinky one day when they were out walking. "I could slosh through mud and snow. It would be, oh, such fun!" But just then Blinky gave a bark, and there, right in the middle of the road, Jimmy saw something. Could it be? Yes, it was a little red boot. "Hooray!" cried Jimmy. He sat down at the side of the road and tried it on as quick as a wink. "It fits! Let's find the other one." With one red boot and one black shoe, Jimmy went hippity-hop down the road. Blinky tossed back his shaggy hair and frisked beside him. Suddenly Jimmy stopped and took off his little red boot. His toe hurt. "My stocking is wrinkled, that's all," he told Blinky. But playful Blinky cried, "Woof!" and ran off with the boot. "Stop it! Come back here!" shouted Jimmy. Then Jimmy and Blinky, with the little red boot in his mouth, ran and ran and ran. Along came Bozo, a great big dog. He trotted after them. Pounce! Bozo grabbed one end of the boot. Blinky held onto his end and growled louder than he ever thought he could. Each dog pulled and pulled. Then Blinky let go. Bang! Went the boot smack into Bozo's face. "Ki-yee!" he yelped. "Ki-yee-yee! Ki-yee-yee! Ki-yee-yee!" But Bozo did not drop the boot until Jitters, a little black kitten, came out for a stroll. He dropped the boot, splash, into a big puddle and chased Jitters up a tree. She washed her face calmly and did not think his barks were worth fussing over. Jimmy pulled off his shoes and stockings in a hurry. Then he waded into the puddle. A hoppy frog, who thought it was a raft, jumped off the boot and said, "Croak!" Jimmy laughed and picked up the boot. Blinky, splashing in after him, laughed too. So did a gray squirrel and a big fat robin. Jimmy and the boot and Blinky had to dry in the sunshine. After they dried off a little, Jimmy put on the red boot. He could hardly wait to show it to his mother. He and Blinky scampered home as fast as they could go. Mother was waiting for them. "Why, Jimmy," she said, "you have found the little red boot. I bought it for you this morning, and it got lost. Here, put on the other one." So that is just what Jimmy did. "Oh, boy," he said, "that little red boot fits too." And he smiled and smiled. The end.